What's up, YouTube family? Happy to see y'all again. So I want to bring something to y'all attention. This is one of the benefits of following the Most High, of being in relationship with Jesus Christ. This is one of the benefits that happens. Not that we're in relationship because we want benefits, but because we love Him and we want to serve Him. But here's a couple of things that happens when you follow Jesus. How He takes special care of us. Check this out. So my dad and mom always told me this when I was a kid, and I've been seeing it for a while now, but I need to bring it to people's attention so they know who we're dealing with. So what my parents used to say is, Dominique, favor ain't fair, and I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And recently, I really starting to see the fruit of what they meant, and what this means is, when you're one of God's children and you follow Him and you tell Him how much you love Him and you respect Him and you obey His commands, He has favor over you. Not favoritism as in, I like this child more than this child, but He's more willing to give you stuff and move hell and earth and heaven for you when something isn't quite going, your way or something. I'll give you an example of what I mean. But, so favor ain't fair. This is what I mean. So here's a quick little analogy for that, and then I'll get into the story. But an analogy would be like, okay, parents, I know you gonna hear me on this one, and brothers and sisters, younger generation, it'll make sense to you too. So imagine you have, for my parents, imagine you have 2 kids, and then for my children, imagine you have 2 puppies, right? So you have 2 kids, right? One kid always is disobedient. He never listens to you. He curses at you. He storms out the house, or he or she storms out the house, always does the exact opposite of what you say. You warn them and warn them and warn them, but they just go against everything you say. You ask them to do something, they say, no, I'm going to do this, right? You have that kid. And you have another kid who listens to every word you say, and it's very, very responsible. You say, here's $10, they turn into $20. You say, here, go buy this, this, and this, they get that, and that, and nothing else, right? You have those 2 kids. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you love one of those kids more than the other? Absolutely not. Do you love one of those puppies more than the other? Absolutely not. But you do give more responsibility to the one who's more responsible. You allow more leeway to the one who's more responsible. You'll say, you know what, you're responsible, you can go out for, a week with your friends. I know you won't do anything stupid. But if the other kid comes and it's like, hey, can I go out for, a week? You're like, I don't think so, because your track record is not so good. I still love you very much, but I cannot allow that to happen, because that will be certain destruction. Do you see where I'm going with this? And for my, younger kids or teenagers, if you have a puppy and it's really, really easy to train one of them, and they listen to you say, come here, they come, they're easily potty trained, but you have one puppy who chews up your shoes every time you leave, they scratch you, they bark at you, they bite you, they poop in the house all the time no matter how much you train them. Do you love that puppy any less? No, it's still an adorable puppy, but you're going to allow more leeway to the one who's more responsible, because, like, if you go away for a day, you can leave one of the puppies out and, let him roam around for free, but the other one you may have to cage, because he's going to destroy your house when you're gone. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not that you love one more than the other, but it's just you allow more freedom and leeway and willing to do stuff for the other one. That's kind of what I'm talking about. So how does God view this? So God loves all of His children the same, but once again, He allows more leeway or freedom, or He's more willing to answer prayers quicker, or make Himself known to the people who are seeking Him out actively and who are in relationship with Him. So, not that I'm anything special, but I just want to share my testimony. But this is what's been happening the past couple days. So just now, last night, I spent a lot of time focusing on God, and I'm currently in college. And I put a lot of schoolwork kind of on the back burner, because I know we're close to the last days, and I know any moment, we can be out of here. So I want to be prepared and be equipped and be, all those things. So I put school kind of on the back burner. I get everything done with the Lord first, or I rest. And then sometimes I don't have time for things for school at the moment until kind of, last minute. Not that I'm procrastinating, but I do put the Lord first, even when it comes to school, because I could care less about school. I love it to death, and we need school, we need education, but my God comes before anything. You know what I'm saying? So there's been a couple times where I had to put school last and then put God first. But every time I have done that, God has come back the next day to give me more time to do something. So this is like the third time this has happened. So the first two times it happened, I stayed up in prayer. I was seeking God. And the next day I was like, man, I still have to do this assignment, but I'll just have to wake up early and I'll get it done then. But what happens is God gave me like a snow day or an entire afternoon, or he canceled a class just so I can get it done. So it wasn't a coincidence that those things happened. It's just like the moment I needed God to come through, he's like, son, I got you. See, I told you, don't worry. Son, I got you. You focused on me, I got you. So that's just what's been happening. And it happened again today. I had a class, scheduled for about 15 minutes ago, but I stayed up all night in prayer, and I had a different assignment to do, and I did that assignment, and I was like, okay, I won't really have time today, so I'm just gonna have to work through classes and get all this stuff done. But God was like, nope, I got you. One of my teachers had to call in, had something happen, not an emergency, just felt a little under the weather, and she canceled class. And not that I'm praying for her sickness, but God moved heaven and earth for me so I can have time to get everything that I need to get done for school, because I acknowledged God first. So it's not that he made her sick, but he was able to capitalize on something to move heaven and earth for us. So when we're a child of God, we truly don't have to worry about deadlines. We don't have to worry about tomorrow. Like his word says, tomorrow has enough problems. So focus on today and salvation. So focus on God, put God first, and he will move heaven and earth for you. I'm a testimony to that. Another quick thing. At work, I work part-time because I'm a full-time student. So I work on weekends, and I do sound, like a soundboard. So I do sound at a casino, and I don't really have a lot of time extra to go through emails and all that type of stuff. So I've been getting emails about doing certain classes and everything, and it actually got so bad that they were going to pull me off of the floor, meaning they were going to put me on like a suspension or get written up if I didn't take a CPR class or something that's been overdue. But I just haven't had time. I only go to work 2 days a week and then school the other 5. But get this. This is why it's always important to represent the kingdom. Literally, one worker there knew me so well, not that we went back, but whenever I see that person, I always say, hey, how's your day? I love you, have a nice day, and no one else does that for her. And she literally moved heaven and earth. She scheduled a CPR class right perfect according to my schedule that I gave her. So it's like she went out of her way so much. And let me tell you, the casino I work at has over 1,300 employees. So there's a lot of people, and very seldomly will someone do something of that amount to a person. But yeah, she moved heaven and earth for him. Well, God did, but she was willing to do that and happy to do it because of how I treated her. You know what I'm saying? So it's always important to represent the kingdom, and then when you do it properly, God rewards you. So even in the midst of where so many people thought I was going to go down, or so many people thought I wasn't going to make it, or they thought, it's time for him to go, she was like, no, we got to get him through because he's respectful. He's this. I'm not anything great. It's Jesus in me, family. I'm not here to brag. I'm just letting you know how much God will move heaven and earth for you when you walk in line with his will. So I just wanted to share that with you, family. I love you all so very much. Be edified, be encouraged, and peace.